Welcome to Panajachel, or Pana for short, the gateway to Lake Atitlán, and today we're exploring this lively lakeside town to see what makes it such an important hub in Guatemala. Larger and busier than the other villages around the lake, Pana has a totally different energy. From local food, colorful streets, to nature trails and wildlife, we're setting out to see what this town is really all about. Last week, we were exploring the other side of the lake, San Juan and San Marcos, and today, we're showing you how to experience Panajachel while on a budget. Guatemala is known as one of the most budget-friendly travel destinations. So we're taking $50 worth, or 380 quetzals, and we're gonna find out how far we can stretch that budget. This morning we're starting our day off here in San Marcos at the docks yet again, and we're off to Panajachel, or Pana. We're taking a lancha over there to explore the city. We've heard that Pana is the largest town here on the lake, and it has all the bars, restaurants, nature reserves, and all the fun things to do in the streets to explore. We have made it to Pana this morning bright and early, and we can already tell this town's a lot different. The boats are coming and going, the shops are opening up quickly, there's people everywhere. It's a lot different than the two places we've been before. San Marcos was narrow streets, it was quiet, it was almost spiritual, and San Juan was artsy and fun. But this one's a lot different and we're excited to explore it today. With that being said, let's make our first stop, breakfast.
So we've made it to breakfast. We actually had another place in mind we were going to go this morning, but it's a Sunday, so it turns out that it's closed. But the best part about being in Pana is that there are so many options to choose from. So we have found a new place. This place is called The Little Spoon, and it's really cute. We're sitting at the rooftop. We're trying to stick to our $50 a day budget, but we're not going to let that limit us. We're going to order like we normally do and then see how far the $50 gets us. I ordered avocado toast like always, and then some orange juice. Will ordered a coffee and like the traditional Guatemalan breakfast, which is like eggs, beans, corn tortillas, plantains, the whole nine.
The Little Spoon has turned out to be perfect to get our day started. It's a huge portion, so like if you've seen last week's video, you saw us get breakfast at two different places, and everywhere we've been so far here, massive portions, which is awesome if you're trying to stick to a budget at all. I went with the El Típico, like Erin said, which is their typical Guatemalan dish that we see people eating on the streets all the time. My whole meal was 58Q, which is just under $8 currently. So pretty economic, and it's gonna get me filled up hopefully for quite some time because we have a big adventure coming up next. So we're gonna enjoy our breakfast for a little bit, and then we'll catch up with you when we leave. All right, so we just left breakfast and it was delicious. Both mine and Erin's was awesome, and it was filling. Like I said, they have really large portions here. So between breakfast and the lancha here, we've burned up about 11 of our dollars here out of our $50 budget. That leaves us with about, what is that, $39 left. So the next thing that we're gonna do is gonna take a large portion of our budget, but we think it's gonna be totally worth it. So as we took the lancha this morning, we're gonna take the other mode of transportation over there because it's a little bit outside of town. So we're gonna go try to find a TukTuk and see if it'll take us over to the Atitlan Nature Reserve. Oh yeah, look at me acting like a pro flagging down a TukTuk.
Look how proud he is. FYI, you don't have to flag them down. They normally just slow down and come right up to you, or you'll see them waiting in a group.
From Main Street Pana to our destination, the guy offered 25 per person, and then I talked him down to 20 per person. Not actually sure if that's a good deal or not, so let us know in the comments. Felt like a win to me.
So we've made it off the TukTuk ride. It was 40Q total, so 20Q per person, so about $2 to get over here. About a 5-minute ride, a little bumpy. We could have totally walked that, but TukTuks are way too much fun to pass that up. But now we've made it to the place that I've been really excited to come to here in Pana, which is the Atitlan Nature Reserve.
All right, so to get in the park, it's 80 quetzals per person just to get in. They have other activities like zip lines and then like the floating bikes, I guess as they call them. But it was like about 200 or 300 quetzals per person. 80 quetzals is about $11, so that's a big chunk of our money today. But we're excited to be here because there's so much to see and do, even if you don't want to do the extreme activities. I didn't know if I've mentioned this earlier, but their money in Guatemala is called the quetzal, which is actually their national bird. And it's elusive. Well, we're on the hunt for it today. I hope we can see it, but I've heard they're really hard to find. Little bird, about that big, I guess he's not that little, with a big green tail. So we're on the hunt.
Welcome to Atitlan Nature Reserve. This place is a full-on wildlife sanctuary with a butterfly garden, nature trails, hanging bridges, waterfalls, and so much more. Whenever we got here this morning, we were dropped off into the middle of the hustle and bustle of the city, so it's crazy that this exists in the same place. It's like an oasis, like a tiny slice of heaven, and I'm having so much fun here. So we have made it onto the hiking trails. Here, there's 3 that you can pick from. There's the Coati Trail. I think that's like more like the kids trail. It's a little bit simpler, shorter, about 30 minutes. Then there's the Shore Loop. The Shore Loop goes by the shore, by Lake Atitlán, and that one's like 45 minutes. And then there's one called the Full Experience, the Full Loop. So of course, that's the one we're doing. 6 hanging bridges, and it's supposed to be about an hour. I think it's going to be great, and it'll give us the best chance to be able to spot some wildlife.
But before the wildlife and the hanging bridges, we got lost because, of course, we did. And good to know before you go is take a picture of the map before you head off because there is some questionable sign placement on the trail, which makes it quite easy to go off trail to maybe a zipline platform or what even might be a future trail or past trail. Who knows, but not where we're supposed to be.
That's not a bridge. Oh my gosh.
You don't have to cross this. This is dangerous, Erin. Don't do that.
Why?
You're going to fall and bust your butt.
You think so?
Oh my God, please do not break my camera.
The camera?
We actually ran into a few other groups that were also lost, and we helped each other get back onto the right path eventually.
Back on track, boys and girls.
We're back on track. Erin's looking for the birds. We've got her butt cape on. She's ready. She's like Bird Woman.
It makes me faster.
That's her superhero name, Bird
Oh my
Woman.
God.
Bird Woman, Bird Woman, goes wherever the birds go. Bird Woman, Bird Woman.
So we are on the hanging bridges right now. We found our first hanging bridge. These remind me a lot of the hanging bridges that were in Costa Rica. So when we were in Costa Rica, we went to Monteverde and then did their nature preserve, and they had big green walking bridges too. This is so cool. You can see waterfalls, you can see all kinds of different plants. This is just such a cool experience. And I am loving being in Guatemala.
The full ride trail, or Senderos Naturales, takes you across 6 hanging bridges in total, which will have you crossing high above the river, past waterfalls, and through coffee groves deep into the forest. It's especially peaceful and just an awesome place if you're looking to get away from the city. But it's even especially cooler if you can make your camera work when you finally see what you were hoping to see. That was so cool. We finally got a glimpse of what we came for. We got a couple of coatis, which is like the Central American raccoon looking things. I came out in the corner and it was like 2 of them, like right there. I tried my best to get them before they wandered off, but I think we disturbed their afternoon
They were
nap.
up in the tree, and then whenever Will started to film them, one of them came out of the tree and came actually like down the tree, and the end of the tree was like right where he was standing. I was like, Will, you gotta move.
Yeah, apparently there's like a sign at the beginning of the, like when you walk into the nature reserve that says they will bite you, so try to stay out
I
of the
don't
way.
know. They look too precious to be vicious.
But nature reserve,
12 out of
worth
10.
it, worth it. We found
12 out of 10.
what we came for.
And it's not even over yet. That was just the trails and the hanging bridges
There's also
and
a
the
butterfly garden.
waterfalls. Now we're off to our next spot, which is,
The butterfly garden.
yes.
All right, now that we've made it down from the trail, the loop trail that goes around the whole forest here, totally worth it, awesome. But that's not all they have. They also have a restaurant that you can come, so like we said, it's Eternal Spring, so during the middle of the day, it's gotten a little bit warm, so got a refreshment. This is orangeade, and it was about 30 Q, so it's like $3 or something like that, just a little under $3, but it's gonna get us refreshed because next up, we're going to the butterfly garden. Included in our ticket to the nature reserve is this beautiful butterfly garden. It's awesome. It's pretty good sized and it holds, I think they said 1,000 butterflies. There's a ton in here. They're just flying around everywhere. They have some kind of process here where they isolate the eggs. I guess they have a lot of natural predators, but it helps keep almost 85% of the butterflies alive. It's definitely something you should check out. It's just right as you come in, it's just a short trail down here to this beautiful butterfly garden. I mean, how cool is this? If you've never done anything like this before, you just feel like a Disney princess.
So we have just finished at the nature reserve. We wanted to update you on where we are with the bank right now. We have spent $28. So we have 22 left to spend. We're about to grab a TukTuk to go back into town so we can do some shopping. So our TukTuk driver dropped us off on the main drag where there's a whole bunch of shops and stores. We started walking through that, and then we found this cute little artisan market because it's so colorful and beautiful. So we came back here. I actually bought 2 anklets. The person who I bought them from said that 12-year-olds practice the weaving so they can work on larger projects, but I love them.
Well, Erin got 2 bracelets for 10 quetzals, which I think is like $1. It's just not too bad. Part of the culture here in Guatemala is to haggle a little bit, so I had to partake. I was looking at a fridge magnet. The lady wanted like 45 or 55 each, and I was like, no, 50 for dos. So I got 2, what I hope are hand-painted refrigerator magnets. There's a lot of ones that look similar, but they're not the exact same, so I'm pretty sure they're hand-painted. Fingers crossed. Erin still says I overpaid, but I think it's pretty good. It's like $6. It's got about $14 left to spend, which I think leaves me just enough to have beer and dinner before we head out for the day. All right, so we made it to our last stop of the day for dinner and a beer, and we've already got our beer. We're here at Antigua Cerveza. They actually have one here in Panajachel, and we're not in Antigua. They also have a restaurant here, so we're gonna grab some food. I was looking at the menu just a second ago and realized that I do not have enough money to get us home and get a main course. So I ordered an appetizer. I think I went with the corn, something corn, I don't know, something corn, but Erin went with the nachos, both appetizers, so that keeps us just under 50, and we should have enough to get a lancha back home tonight. Hopefully. That's, we're hoping so. Beer's good though. All right, so we have finished dinner and it was amazing. I didn't have a corn, something like I thought. It was corn ribs, which might be a staple in the household now. It's really good. Erin's gained a foot of height.
I'm on the sidewalk.
It's been a crazy day.
Corn ribs are great. I mean, something that we want to talk about though is that being vegetarian here has been super easy.
We've been a few places in Latin America, and honestly, it's you kind of go out of your way to find a place that is not vegetarian, which is kind of cool, especially for Erin. It makes it easier to find good places for her. So I think we're gonna end the day here. We've had a full day in Pana. We've done so much and loved every minute of it. I've spent $48 by my calculations, and I have $2 left, which should be just enough to get us back on the lancha. Pana's amazing, and you should totally visit here. And it seems like it's on a budget. We didn't have to stop anything that we were doing just because we had said we're gonna spend $50. So if you're gonna set yourself a budget, or if you wanna spend more or less, it's a great place for you. Guatemala, fantastic.
It is definitely very busy when you get back into the city though.
Yeah, but until next time. Erin, I need my $2.
Well, you only have 1 coin.
What? How are we gonna get home?
I
got taco.
It's like right on the boat with my mom.
Want to see something funny?
Quit. Stop it. This thing's dangerous. These are not very stable bridges. These are very dangerous. This is all we got holding us.
It's fine. Everything's fine.